Hey guys, welcome back to my first video of this channel, and I'm going to be showing you how to build a mini mech that you guys can drive, and it can have thrusters, you can add weapons. Like for example, let me unanchor this guy. Let's shove the cake inside of myself. Get in there. Oh, that did not end well. Alright, there we go. Now let me unanchor him for a second. And like it can walk, it can spin arms, it also has a thruster and everything. So I'm gonna be just showing you how to build something like this. Alright, now onto the video. Alright, so the first thing that you guys want to do is you want to place 2 blocks, 3 blocks actually. Yeah, just keep them like this. So something like that. Then take these blocks, place it in the back, and add some blocks on top of it. Now what you guys want to do is, if you have the travel tool, just slide these blocks into each other like this. Or you could just do it the normal way, I don't really care. Now what you guys want to do is take these rods, titanium rods, and place them like that. Then add those blocks. Now what you want to do is add some more titanium, and this time we're gonna like make some coverings for the knees. Unfortunately, this won't really have that many joints, and this is just like, it's not gonna be exactly like that, it's just gonna be a tad smaller. So yeah, now what you should have is something like this. Then you want to move this leg with the travel tool, something like that. Then grab a hinge, make sure it faces inside like that, and take a titanium block and place it like this. So here's what you should have so far. Next, add a few blocks on top of each other. So something like this. Now we're going to build a base where we're going to sit. So add some of those. And take these metal rods, place them like that. And then add a seat. Here's what you should have so far. I'll give you a second to copy it before I move on to the next part. Now take these metal rods and place them in the back, and then like on the sides as well. Now for the last and final parts. Don't worry, we're almost done. Now you guys want to place 2 blocks of titanium on top of each other, and wait, no. Take 2 titanium rods on top of each other, and then put 1 block of titanium on each. So now we're just gonna build a covering area so no one can see that we're here. We're blending in or something. So here is what you should have. Something like this. If you want, you can make your own adjustments, but I personally like this one. Like for example, you could do this, but it would be too hard to see where to put the cake in. So yeah, now we're going to build the final part. We're just gonna add you can either use any block for the head, but I'm gonna use neon. Now then what we're gonna do is place a block of titanium on each side. Then you guys wanna get a hinge. Make sure the rotate is 90. And like that. Now what you guys want to do is take some titanium, place it like that. And here's what you should have so far. Now what you all want to do is take a rod and place it under each hand like this. And that is what you should have. And now for the torso, I'm going to show you something that you could do if you don't want to get blasted instantly with another mech. What you guys could do is like make sure place some blocks around it and flatten it. So that way when you're putting the cake, the block doesn't affect you. So you could do this, like scale it up a little on each side. There you go. That'll work. Now finally what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the weapons. Now but for that we have to build some shoulder pads. So take one of these metal rods and shove it down a little bit using the trowel tool. Then place a block on here and flatten it. Now what you guys want to do is place another block on top of the head. You can use any, and make sure it's something like this, or you can do a different design, but this is just like basic for those of you that don't really know how to build mini mechs yet. And then just add 2 blocks of titanium like that and flatten them. And finally just bring them into the head a little bit. Okay, now we're technically done with the tutorial, but I'm going to show you guys how to build weapons if you don't want to get blasted to death. So for the torso part, just like, yeah, keep it like this. And let's start building the weapons. So I'm going to be doing a hammer because I feel like it. Those two, this one has cannons, this one also has cannons and spikes, but I'm going to use a hammer. Now, my abilities for making a circle aren't really that good, so I'll just use something like this. I'll just do my best. And like this. Like I said, you can use any weapon you want. Actually, you wanna know what? That's too hard. That's too hard. I'm just gonna make swords. So you can make swords like that. Delete those blocks. Add a piston. Those two are binded to one of my switches on this mech. Oh god. And now add the blocks again. And finally, take these swords. Oh wait, hold on, give me a second. I just gotta add some spikes. Alright, let me buy some spikes real quick. There we go. That should be enough. Now then place them on the swords like this. Make sure they cover every angle. So, like this. Finally, take your screwdriver tool and transparent it. And that's how you build a mini-mech. But we're not done yet, guys, as we still have to bind it. And take a switch and unbind this, unbind this. So yeah. Here is what you guys should have so far. And now I'm just gonna Okay, so in order to test your mini-mech, what I'd highly recommend doing first is to make sure that it doesn't go crazy, is add a wall inside of your mech. So something like this. Now we just gotta make it extremely skinny so it doesn't affect the legs, which I think we're good. Now just make sure collision is off for this thing, and transparency to 100. Now, in order to get in, you want to make sure everything is collision off, and then place the cake inside of yourself. Try aiming it somewhere. And also, it would be really helpful if you like had the. Okay, guys. So basically, what I did is that all I did was just add a big wall here, and added a switch for some thrusters in the back. You can do whatever you want to this mech. You don't have to follow every single thing I do. So basically, in order to use it, you have to lift it up, or you could just launch, but I prefer to lift up. And then you want to get on the head, select all, collision off, get in the seat, and zoom in first person. You can either place a cake or a firework in order to move it. Now, once you are inside, let me just save it so nothing happens, and unanchor it. Oh god, I forgot to turn off. I also must mention that make sure collision is off. Make sure collision is on for it to work. And there you have it, your very own mini-mech, which has weapons for fighting, and it also has a thruster, and if you want to zoom around the map extremely fast. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.